Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some really interesting news lined up. Who is Ousmane Diomande, who's been linked with Chelsea Football Club? We've got some news in regards to Romeo Lavia. Apparently, there seems to be a setback with his injury, or is there? There's some interesting information in regards to Thiago Silva as well that we're going to go through. And of course, Noni Madueke, ladies and gentlemen, is having an absolute ball. He's on fire in this international break. So we'll talk about all of that. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick things off with Noni Madueke. He scored another goal just a couple of hours, maybe an hour ago, against Ukraine under-21. So he's been playing for England under-21 in this international break, and he's been doing an amazing job. He scored another goal against Ukraine, as I just mentioned. Nice goal from the right side, not really drifting in, holding his position inside the box on that right side and absolutely drilling a shot. Scoring a goal against Ukraine. Do check that goal out. It's all over X at the moment, so check it out. Noni Madueke in the international break, 3 goals, 10 dribbles completed, 5 chances created, 12 ground duels won. A huge addition when he hopefully gets integrated back into the team. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this particular player is a bit of an enigma. I like him. I think there is a quality player in him, but of course he's still raw. And there was a bit of doubt in regards to how his relationship is with Pochettino. I think maybe it's fine. Maybe there isn't too much drama. Obviously, in recent times, we saw when he was injured, he was out. There's a video that went viral where he was out partying whilst he was injured. And off the back of that, he received a bit of a disciplinary, conduct. That was placed on him by Pochettino, which made him not see a particular match. He wasn't part of the squad. So, look, I think overall there isn't any issues between himself and Pochettino. And this is a particular player I'm looking forward. After this international break, I want to see exactly what Pochettino does with this kid and how he develops him. The way Pochettino has put his arm around Mudryk, and it really, really has helped Mudryk evolve since the last international break, and then we had those batch of games where Mudryk played really good until this international break. It'll be interesting to see what Pochettino does with Noni Madueke, because I feel like Noni Madueke, as I said, has those ingredients, and if he's, if the time is invested, if he's nurtured, and if he's looked after, I think he could turn out to be an explosive player. So very, very keen to see what happens. Once again, a very strong outing in the international front for Noni Madueke, and a player that I'm very, very keen to see what happens after the international break. And healthy competition is needed on that right side. That right side at the moment, to be honest, I think it's just Raheem Sterling. I know Raheem Sterling is playing on the left as well, but I do like Raheem Sterling a lot on the right side, where he found a lot of joy earlier on in this season. Against Burnley, obviously, he was on the left side because Mudryk was taken off, or he didn't play that particular match as a precautionary measure. Madueke really needs to step up his game on that right side and give us something. So let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Madueke. I know a lot of you guys probably feel, he's just not there yet, but could he potentially be something down the track for us? Noni Madueke on Ashley Cole helping him. So Ashley Cole, I think, is part of the English under-21 setup. Ash takes a very personal approach with bettering my game. I'm extremely good in one-on-one situations, but I could probably score and assist more. So he's on me with that type of stuff. And he's absolutely right. I think Madueke 1v1 is very good, is very strong. It's that decision-making in that final third that needs to improve, and I think he can do that. I got 2 good finishes against Serbia, one more like the goals I usually score, and one-touch finish, so I'm proud. So I think one-touch finish is something that he's really looking to improve. One thing I've got to add to my game is the easier goals, the one-touch goals. That's what I'm trying to improve. I work very hard on the last bit. I know I go at such pace that sometimes I've got to calm down at the last moment, take a breath, and then slot it away. That's true. That's absolutely true. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, he's just running wild, and he gets himself all tangled up in his own little pace. So much like Mudryk at times. So that's something he needs to work on. Noni Madueke and Bashir Humphries both starting for England under 21 versus Ukraine under 21. So shout out to Bashir Humphries for getting that call up for England under 21 and starting for them. Another player that we need to look out for. He's doing a very, very good loan spell so far, early days at Swansea, and a player that 100% Pochettino likes. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Ousmane Diomande. Who is this particular brother? Chelsea sent out scouts to take notes and watch Ousmane Diomande for Ivory Coast on Saturday. He's obviously, as you can see, he's an Ivory Coast player, but I think he plays for Sporting. There you go, Sporting Lisbon. Chelsea sent a scout to the friendly between Ivory Coast and Morocco to see Ousmane Diomande. The scouts took notes from Diamande's performance, and the Stamford Bridge side has now joined the race to sign him. Now, you might be asking, who is he? He's a centre-back, apparently. Now, do we need another centre-back? This is the big question. We've got, recently, I've even forgotten about Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana is still our player. So you got Wesley Fofana, you got Buddy Shield, you got Axel Desassi, you got Levi Colwell, you got Thiago Silva, and you've got Chalobah. Now, I think Chalobah is most likely going in January. There's a whole heap of news about him. It's been well documented on this channel as well that he's most likely leaving. Bayern Munich are after him, so he's on the way out. He's surplus to requirements. Thiago Silva, which we'll touch on, seems to be some question marks about his future. And look, he's 39. How many more years is he going to go on for? So Thiago Silva is probably going to be moving along as well. Now, the question is, who are we left with? We're left with Axel Desassi, we're left with Wesley Fofana, we're left with Benoit Badiashile and Levi Colwell. Now, the biggest concern here is where do we see Levi Colwell? Do we see Levi Colwell as a left back? Do we see him as a centre back? I still think we should see him as a centre back. I don't necessarily think he's a left back as yet. There's so much he needs to work on for him to be an out-and-out fullback. Look, not saying that he can't do a job. Obviously, he's been doing a job for Chelsea Football Club, and at times he looks very, very good. But overall, the package as a fullback, there needs to be a lot more, which Levi Colwell simply doesn't have at the moment. And I feel like he's more of a centre-back. So if he is considered as a left back, however, because now he's playing left back for England as well, that only leaves us with 3 CBs, which is Axel Desassi, Benoit Badiashile, and Wesley Fofana. And Wesley Fofana is not even part of the team this season. He ain't going to be back with that injury. So maybe there is a shout to get someone like Ousmane Diomande, and there seems to be a lot of hype about this particular player. Look, I don't know too much about him. I've not been watching Sporting Lisbon that closely and him that closely to make a judgment, but a lot of people are quite hyped up about this particular player. Let me know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Are you guys excited about this particular defender? 19 years old, ladies and gentlemen. So fits the bill, absolutely fits the bill, absolutely fits our project. And if anything, maybe he might be sent out on loan initially. So in the comment section, let me know what you feel about Ousmane Diomande. Do we need more centre backs? Do we have enough? Do you think this is more to plan for the future? 19 years old. Let me know in the comment section, have you been watching Ousmane Diomande as well, and your thoughts about this particular centre back? As I said, I've seen a lot of people on social media, they think he's the next big thing in terms of being a central defender. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia has not suffered a setback. So initially, there was a whole heap of information going around that he has suffered a setback. Romeo Lavia has not suffered a setback as such, and a possible first match in Chelsea colours could happen in November. The club want to be careful with the youngster. As such, Lavia may not be risked until early December and ahead of the club's busy festive schedule. He no longer has to wear a protective boot, and before the October international break began rehab work in the pool. So obviously we know he got that ankle injury, which we would have seen this guy start after the last international break, but the injury ruined all of that, and he was sidelined. Now he's been sidelined and looks like he'll be back around November. But this whole news that was floating around earlier today, saying that he's got a setback, that's apparently not true. It's just the club's taking a bit of a precautionary measure and sort of thinking that there's no need to force him back as quickly as possible. Which is going to be November anyway. Let's wait till December, making sure that he's fully set to go. Look, I'm looking forward to this particular player. I am a little bit not concerned. I'm just a little bit, I suppose, saddened by the situation that we have to wait for Romeo Lavia. He's an excellent talent. I think he improves their midfield massively. But look, at the moment, Conor Gallagher, it's going to be very difficult to displace him. He's been captaining Chelsea Football Club as well. He's put in some really fine efforts and really fine performances for Chelsea Football Club in recent times. So I don't know if it's going to be just a walk in the park for Romeo Lavia as soon as he's fit. He's really going to have to fight massively against Conor Gallagher to take that position. But yeah, it looks like there is no setback as opposed to all the news that was being produced earlier on today. And Noni Madueke as well on social media. Hopefully see you back soon, Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia posted something, I believe might have been on Twitter, which he deleted quite quickly. Anything for likes and comments nowadays. So the news that was floating around earlier today that he has a setback and he's not going to be back till end of December, this, that, the other. Apparently all of that stuff is incorrect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva on his future. This is a long-standing relationship, right? But I'd rather keep quiet at the moment because it's been controversial in recent past. I have a family now, I have children, so we have to think about that too. But it's about seeing where things can be, things can bring us happiness to finish off this beautiful and victorious career that I believe I've had. 100% you've had a victorious career. You're a legend of the game. Look, the way I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, he's right. In recent times, there has been a little bit of controversy around Thiago Silva. Last season, he did speak out against what the new owners were doing. And he didn't say anything wrong. He said everything correct, but obviously it's not something that might be appreciated by the owners. I think he's definitely valued by Pochettino, one of the very few experienced members in the current squad, and he's 39. Do we see him play for another season next season? He does mention about his family. I think his son is part of the Chelsea Academy. So he's apparently got a 2-year contract with the Chelsea Academy. So he may want to stick around for a further year, just until his son finishes off his graduation, I believe, with the academy. So look, I've got no issues to have Thiago Silva for one more season. But at the same time, I'm not going to be upset if he was to leave. He's 39. I mean, how much longer can he continue going? But that experience is invaluable, man. I still believe he's one of the best, if not the best defender that we have right now, in terms of composure, in terms of technical ability, in terms of his awareness, his IQ. All of that is very much needed for this young squad. For all of these young defenders that we have, they should be leeching onto him and trying their best to learn from him. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in regards to Thiago Silva how you feel. Do you want to see him this season be the last season? Do you want to see him for one more season? Perhaps get that contract extension and be there for another season for all the youngsters that we have and nurture them. Hope you guys have enjoyed every single news that we've talked about. Especially let me know about Ousmane Diomande in the comment section. What do you know about him? I would love to see what you guys have to say about that. So smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.